Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're also on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Well, I think in my last video I told you I needed to make some ruffles, and that I might turn on the video, or the camera. So here I am. I turned it on, and I did a whole video on 5 different kinds of ruffles, so maybe if you want to see some different kinds, you can look at that. This is not one that I typically do. I'll show you. I usually use an end strip like the barcode or whatever the branding strip is, and I'll usually use this to do a ruffle on. It's my real preferred way because it gives you a little something to glue to the book, a little bit more sturdy. But the other ways are great too. I have a really long piece of fabric here, and so my thought was to just make one long ruffle, and then I can cut it as needed. So I'm going to make this just to go on the end of pages. I'm just going to use my little my Tim Holtz little teeny tiny, I use this for fussy cutting. So I'm just going to use this to poke through. Hopefully it behaves. If not, then I'll just tuck. We'll see what happens. Come on. There we go. Oh, don't mess up. I don't know. Might be a little angry with me because I just got done doing a bunch of paper. But anyways, yeah, I'm very careful here doing this. You could use a chopstick. I think I've mentioned in a previous video that I've also used the little flathead screwdriver that usually comes with your sewing machine to help you to be able to tighten up different little screws that are here and there. But I thought I would use this flannel to be the ruffle for the owl journal. I'll show you that. This might be a good time to show you that since I have to readjust this one here. I thought it would go cute with that. There we go. Sometimes if it gets to start to spinning a little bit, it's not kind of going in a straight line, I like to readjust. This kind of gives more of a gathered look than a pleated look. Maybe we'll do the pleated one next on the next fabric. Now be real careful because you don't want to poke your tool too far in, or you'll hit it with your needle and then you could break one or the other or both. And that's kind of dangerous if one of those, pardon me, those little pieces, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, excuse me. If one of those little pieces kind of backfire on you, could poke you in the eye or hit you in the wrist or something. So be so careful. Even, people like me that have done this for years this way, I can get distracted and with the mundane of it and, get that tool too far in. So try to stay focused on, kind of what you're doing. So I've had a really fun day today. My youngest grandson was surprised with a leadership award at his elementary school. I just love that stuff. And it was a leadership award it was a spirit award, I guess I should say, I think is what they call it, for leadership and kindness, as nominated by his peers. And I mean, to be thought of as kind as a child, I just think that is just so amazing. I told him he has qualities of Jesus in him. Took a picture. One of the teachers took a picture of us together. Super cute. He was pretty pumped about the whole thing. Pretty pumped. Okay, so that turned out pretty good, see? So now I have enough for probably 3 or 4 pages, or maybe 4 or 5 pages actually. We'll see. So I'm just going to bundle it like that. I'm going to take it with me on my retreat, and I'll trim it and tidy it at the retreat as I use it. So I'm going to set that over here. So, oh, I think I'll put it inside. I think I'll put it inside this one. Let's see if I can fold it nicer. And then my youngest granddaughter, it's her last year at this school, and she is on the assembly team, I think is what it's called. So she was running the, I call it AV, the audio and the video and all of that. Okay, so there's that one. Put that over here. And then I thought this went pretty good with this. I thought that might be fun to use for that one. So, but I think I'm going to rip it down. These are little packets that I had made for the workshop that I just did. These are extras. And I made them for them to use as sashes to tie their journals with. I always like, I think I mentioned this before, I always like to, any packaging I use, I like whoever I give it to be able to use it in their journals. So I used all playing cards that had a somewhat of a fall theme, since we were doing fall themed journals. So I'm going to just cut this down the center here. Yeah, so I didn't get to, I got to see my granddaughter, but I don't know if she saw me. She was pretty busy. Did a great job too. So it was really awesome. Okay, let's try some pleating on these. Oh, and I think I'm going to change to this to add a little bit of this rust color, so that because this journal has a lot of rust in it, you know, it's autumn and all. So I'll do that real fast. I'm getting excited. Well, I've been getting excited about this retreat. Now that it's very close, I'm really excited. But I realize that I typically take 2 Rubbermaid tubs of things, like my paper cutters and punches and, whoops, what did I do here? What I'm working on and so forth. And so I usually take 2 tubs. Well, I realized that I think I've used those 2 tubs for something else. I cannot find them. So I need to run to the store, get a couple of tubs to, but I feel like, how have I put everything in 2 tubs? I feel like I have a massive amount of things. So I don't know, but I am a good packer. I have a good space ratio, whatever it takes to do that, you know. I know how to pack well. One of my many talents, packing well. Like everything squared off when I pack, if possible. What's happening here? Okay. Okay. All right, now, so on this one, I'm going to do more of a pleat on this one. And this one is really hard to tell if there's a right side and a wrong side. Get this string off of here. try to minimize some of the strings if I can, because I don't want them to get jammed down in the sewing machine. Yeah, okay, so this is the top. And I might use this anyways, we'll see. Yeah, no, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pleat it like this. I think that'll be fine. Might take just a little bit longer because I'm a little bit more persnickety with it, but I do like the look of it. Although I do like the shabby look too, the more of a you know, ruffly. This would be more pleated, I guess. Pleated ruffle. Neither one of them take very long. This one I probably should have put on the branding strip because it's a very, very thin fabric. So when I put my Fabri-Tac on it to put up, what I'll do is I'll put the Fabri-Tac on the page and not on the fabric. And then I will take my spatula or, you know, my gift card or what have you, and smooth out the Fabri-Tac so that it's not clumpy to where it would bleed easily through the fabric, because I have a feeling on this one, but I love it. I think it's so pretty. Speaking of little spatulas, when you know, that you can use to like help to hold down laces, when I usually use one. You can get these really little ones. I think KitchenAid makes them at the Dollar Tree, and maybe you can get them at Walmart or something too. I don't know, but they're like a mini one. I find that one to be the most helpful for me because you can kind of get in. One side of it has a corner and one side of it is rounded, and I feel like you can really get into, you can smooth out with it. You can press into corners or into seams, like if you wanted to press something into the seam of your journal or something. So I find those to be pretty good, and I just found them at the Dollar Tree in that back wall. Usually the Dollar Trees here, I've checked a couple of Dollar Trees, and it's the back wall, and they're usually just hanging there. Okay. So here we go. So Joey has a chess club tonight at the university. He always likes that. It's fun. He loves to play chess, and it's really fun for him to be around the college kids. And in the meanwhile, I'll go see my mom and then come back, and I might go ahead and go get those 2 tubs while I'm out, because I need to get this show on the road with this packing business. I'm on a Facebook group for the ladies that are going to this retreat, and I'm kind of eager to see if they're all packed or not. I've been asked to do a devotion at this retreat. That first night, we stay the night, and the leader usually has a devotion if anybody would like to participate in that. And so she asked me if I would do it this year, and I said, yeah, I'm always happy to share the Lord. You don't have to ask me twice. And so I worked on that a little bit today, and you know what it was is that I don't know if the women from the retreat are going to see this ahead of time or not, but it'll give a preview, I guess. It's about retreat. It's about, you know, stepping back, taking some time, focusing, regenerating, getting refreshed, being in fellowship with one another. And so it's all about why it's so important to retreat. And so if you get a chance to, find time to, even if it's coffee with friends, that's a retreat in itself, or, if that's not something you can do, try to finagle an hour to take a long hot shower, do your nails, put, like I used to, I don't do it as often anymore, but I put a cucumber mask on or something, and, just kind of refresh it. Also, when you're quiet like that and you can, I think you can be spoken to a lot clearer that way. I feel like things that are noisy in your mind are a little bit quieter and you're able to sort. Now, this is just my experience, but when you take that quiet time and retreat a little bit, some of that noise settles and you're able to, just align things that are important, priorities, kind of see if you've been out of perspective on some things. So I think retreats are really, really helpful. And even a craft retreat is really helpful because, you have that fellowship and encouragement from others. Now, see, isn't that pretty? But you can even see through it. So I need to be very, very careful putting that on. I'm going to have to think about it. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing today, is just kind of getting some things ready for the retreat. Yesterday I did a little sewing. I cut out these cards from the Junk Journal Studio and from the Fall Bounty kit, and glued 2 together. No, I didn't glue 2 together. I sewed 2 together because I thought they would make really great. On one side, I just put kind of something plain, but I thought they would make really great journal cards. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? And isn't this gorgeous? So pretty. I mean, these are in the Fall Bounty kit. That one's beautiful too. But they don't have to be fall. Like these 3, I'll probably use those all the time. I love them. I love those. But anyways, yeah, I just grabbed another piece of paper from the kit and just sewed those to that so that they're ready to go. They are ready to go. And then I also sewed some pages together because I didn't print double-sided. So, and then I'm going to try to use Joey Cardmaker's trick to where when I put them in the journal, I'll try to put them to where the opposite seems to go together. I don't know if I have any with me except those 2. Yeah, those are probably the ones I have right now, but I have some on the printer. So, but I'm going to try to match them up like that a little bit. So I thought that'd be fun. Well, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I make those ruffles. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a really great day. And I hope you get a little chance to retreat yourself and retreat and treat yourself. And just remember, we pray blessings over you and we want you to know you're so loved. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.